Good morning.
That's weirdly cheerful for all this fog. Yeah, this place has been anything but peace and quiet. Yeah, well, obviously Yu's glad that he met her too. In some ways, it's now even more fitting that Rise can kind of participate in battles now with the all-out attack boost that she gets. And yeah, we're already ready for rank 10 of Naoki. We're actually not going to be doing that today, but we are going to be maxing his social link before we catch Adachi, don't worry. So that's going to be pretty fitting. If everything's gone according to schedule, I should be maxing Temperance today. And everyone is spreading misinformation around. Yeah, I didn't really want to go into this too much, based on, you know, certain real-life events that have occurred in 2020, because I didn't want to date these videos. But I will say, just with all of the mass panic that's going around town, everyone believing everything they see on TV, misinformation spreading, nobody bothering to check their facts, it is sadly true to life of a lot of real-life mass panics, so yeah. And I am desperately hoping that one day you will be watching this video at a time when that is dated. That we aren't, that, you know, things have gone back to normal. Okay, good. Relationship with Eri will deepen. We are on track for that. But yeah, like, another thing that people have said about Persona 4 as well is that, back then it was really just television, but with smartphones and the internet, and especially things like Twitter becoming so prevalent, like, a lot of the issues that Persona 4 was tackling are actually even more prevalent these days. And I kind of think they were aware of that. Japan was always ahead of the rest of the world when it came to technology, and there was a reason why I showed the original PS2 opening song, Pursuing My True Self, because it has lyrics like loading, 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 and we're living our lives abound with so much information and gonna short-circuit my identity, and even the,
Thank you so much.
in the opening, they show people on phones and, like, a lot of, like, digital ones and zeros going across. They were clearly aware, like, that phenomenon was starting back when Persona 4 first came out. But, yeah, that's all I'll say about that for now. Let's focus more on this. This is a rank 10, after all. I'm so sorry, I was gonna say even though it is Eri. One day, after I finish this game, I'm gonna do a social link sorter with them all fresh in my mind, and I already know that this is gonna be last, I'm so sorry. I mean, I suppose, I'm sorry, not to be negative over a rank 10 social link, but maybe another reason why this one isn't that highly regarded is a very similar plot was done with Nanako and Dojima, but they were much more important to the story, and they kind of did this plotline a bit better.
Huh?
I mean, if there's anyone of you out there who actually likes this social link, I'd really like to hear your opinion about that in the comments.
I want to give you this.
I would really like to see people defend this social link. That is a nice line, though. Well, we already have. And we already have for that, too. I think you all know who that is. Starts with an N. So kind of the opposite of Ayane. Shows how both extremes are dangerous.
I was scared. But I've learned my lesson now. I won't just try and escape into my own personal time. Thank you so much.
Vishnu is one of the 3 most significant Hindu gods. He is the preserver alongside Brahma the creator and Shiva the destroyer. He is depicted carrying a chakra wheel, a mace, a lotus, and a conch shell, as you can see in his design in this game. His wife is Lakshmi, and his mount is the eagle Garuda. Vishnu maintains the balance of the world and protects it from evil. And he often fights against evil forces by descending to the world in the form of an avatar. Among his 10 most famous avatars are Rama, the hero of the epic Ramayana, Narasimha, half man, half lion, Krishna, and Kalki, his future final avatar for the current age. His wife Lakshmi has also taken the form of an avatar and appeared alongside some of these incarnations. In Persona 4, Vishnu is one of the lower-leveled ultimate personas, which makes him available comparatively early. But he's also one whose stat spread doesn't really fit his learn set. He has higher magic than strength, but mainly learns physical moves, including the very strong God's Hand, along with Power Charge. He does have the Almighty Inheritance type though, which lets him inherit any skill. Speaking of Almighty, it is a bit of an asset that Vishnu is the lowest level source of Megadolaon among standard fusions. The only one who gets it earlier than him is Trumpeter, who learns it at level 70, but he requires a 6-way fusion. As far as his other skills go, learning Angelic Grace is nice with that high agility. Unfortunately, his skill card is not that great in my opinion. 6% HP recovery every turn generally doesn't make too much of a difference, especially with costs of physical skills being percentage based. For perspective, God's Hand costs 22% of your HP, so this isn't going to discount it very much. Overall, Vishnu is unfortunately not super strong in P4, but he's at least available early by Ultimate Persona standards, and does have easy access to Megadolaon, which is nice.
So long, and thank you.
Despite all of the negative things I was saying about this, I'm gonna miss this, I really am. It's just kind of a bittersweet feeling knowing that so many social links are coming to an end now. If we look at our list now... Death is finished. Temperance is. Moon is. Okay, that's a very weird way of putting the rank 10. I don't know if I've shown this before. I kind of wish it changed it to one of his more creepy portraits for this one, but oh well. And just reading tonight, like always. Well, like mostly always. Yeah, we just have 2 books left. The Ramen Way and Guide to Pests. Yes, maybe we should talk to an extremely loud ninja who wears orange about this. Like, I just noticed that, like, Saturday is shown in blue, even though you usually still have to go to school on Saturday. Like, I think Japan abolished school on Saturdays a while back, but then I think some regions brought it back again. I honestly half expect him to say, "Soon, I'll get used to a life without anything." Yeah, I totally agree with you, Senpai. Nothingness is amazing. Haha, yeah, haha, hence internet. Again, internet! Just saying. Yeah, there's still a lot of social satire and symbolism in Persona 4. As I've gone on a lot throughout the dungeon, the shadows and things like that. A lot of people still miss it though. And yet everyone is, why is everyone being like this? Oh, what kind of proverbs? So, this is actually a little weird, but, this is the answer they're going for here. In that it's not just for, helping others, it also makes you look better. All this is now reminding me of that episode in Friends where Joey tries to prove that there's no such thing as a selfless good deed. Yeah, if you hadn't axed Chie's social link by now, I guess that would help. But, we have, so those points are, well, pointless. That wasn't supposed to be a pun or anything. Today, we're doing something that's been a long time coming. Hi there, Yosuke.
Yo!
Yep, let's take a break. Closer soon, perfect. Let's go.
Let's go.
He even said it himself. Welcome to one of the most famous rank 10 social links in Persona 4.
There's something I wanted to tell you. Somewhere deep down, I didn't trust you. No, it's more like I was jealous of you. I thought you were like me. Coming from the city to the countryside, I thought you'd be bored out of your mind here. But as soon as you got here, you called your persona, became our leader, gathered people. You're a hero. I like you for that, and I'm proud of you. But I guess I was jealous at the same time. I didn't know it either. When I called you special, I thought some more about it. I think out of everyone, I wanted to be acknowledged by you the most. So, I want you to hit me. Give me a good one. Knock out all this crap inside of me. I want to be equal with you. I want us to stand shoulder to shoulder. So come on. Huh? But I don't have a reason to hit you. I got it now. If we're equal, then I guess you're right. Okay, here I come. Take your best shot.
Can you hear the lion roaring?
Your punches are brutal. I was seeing stars there for a second. But thanks, man. I don't know how to say it, but that sure beat words.
Despite the fact that it's swollen.
You can have this. If you start bleeding, put that on. You know, we should fight more often.
You know, maybe in a fighting game spin-off or something.
Phew. The sky's so high up. Is Saki-senpai watching us? Is she smiling at us? Senpai, I'm going to live. Without lying to myself, without deceiving myself. Days like today, days like before when I did nothing. They're all important days. They're all days you didn't live to see. I'm going to live them here.
Susanoo is the younger brother of the Japanese sun goddess Amaterasu, and along with her, one of the 3 gods born from Izanagi when he cleansed himself of the filth from the underworld. Often depicted as a god of the sea and storms, Susanoo is a very complicated individual, capable of both good and bad. He had a bit of a sibling rivalry with Amaterasu, engaging in a contest to see which of them could birth the most gods. And after some heavy arguing and rules lawyering over who actually won, got so angry that he destroyed her rice fields, and flayed her heavenly horse. This led to Amaterasu hiding herself away in Ama no Iwato, leaving the world in darkness. But he redeemed himself by slaying the serpent Yamato no Orochi, and presenting the sword he found in its tail, Kusanagi, to Amaterasu as a gift. Susanoo has seen a major resurgence in Japanese pop culture in recent years. In fact, he's actually been the most common ultimate persona for party members in the Persona series. Used by Masao Inaba in the first game, and now Yosuke in this game. The artbook for Persona 4 mentions that the party members' personas are in fact designed by their wielders. So Susanoo here appears to have a wind turbine for a head because that's what Yosuke pictures when he thinks Storm God, apparently. In terms of gameplay though, they finally threw Yosuke a bone here. He actually gets the biggest stat increase of any Persona evolution, getting +3 to strength, +2 to agility and luck, and +1 to magic and endurance, giving him some of the highest raw stats of any party member, besides luck of course, he is still Yosuke. This actually puts his strength 1 point higher than Chie's at max level, but she has power charge and crit boost to make up for it. And despite how high it is, his agility is only the 3rd highest of the party, behind Chie and Naoto. Susanoo is another one of the Ultimate Personas who got nerfed and now has a weakness in Golden, alongside Chie and Kanji's Ultimate Personas. Still, that massive stat boost means it's well worth it to max out Yosuke's social link.
This is my power? The power to protect what's dear to me, huh? Just what I wanted. Let's keep at it so we can live every day with a smile, leader.
Mada's name means intoxicator, although in Hindu theology it also means pride or stubborn mindlessness. He's an enormous Rakshasa with 2 mouths big enough to swallow the earth and the heavens simultaneously. And he was summoned because 2 gods were upset that they didn't get invited to a party. The twin gods, the Aswins, wanted to drink the elixir of immortality, or Soma, which you might recognize from the item in this game. But the king of the Devas, Indra, had not invited them to his party where they could drink this. They tried to take it up with him personally, but he still refused. So they sought the aid of a great sage. He tried to perform a sacrifice in their name, but this only angered Indra even more because he refused to acknowledge the twins as worthy of sacrificial offerings. So he tried to attack with a mountain in one hand and a thunderbolt in the other. In response, the sage summoned Mada, the enormous beast who could swallow the heavens and the earth, and Indra was basically like, okay, you win, and let the twins attend his party. In-game, Mada exemplifies the qualities of the Magician Arcana in Persona 4, high magic and a specialty for fire. He learns both Fire Boost and Fire Amp naturally, which stack, and combined with his enormous magic and Maragidyne, he's gonna hit extremely hard. Naturally draining fire is nice, and even though he doesn't learn anything to cover his ice weakness, at the level you confuse him, you probably have access to repel ice. His skill card is annoyingly kind of lame. I don't find most status ailments to be useful in Persona 4, even with ailment boosts. And really, Mada is strong enough to fire nuke most things you'd want to silence anyway. Mada does have a very low agility stat for his level, which could mean he suffers from accuracy issues, so bear that in mind. It may be a good idea to keep Argidyne for single targets, because multi-target spells are slightly less accurate than single target ones. Overall, Mada is really all about doing fire damage and not much else, but if that's what you want, you can't really go wrong. And finally, Yosuke has his evade skill. Okay, what do we copy over here? We don't really need Auto Tsukukaja now that we have Master Tsukukaja, I suppose. I would actually recommend keeping Dekaja for now. It's gonna be pretty useful against Adachi, I'll just say.
Well, we're all counting on you, partner.
Oh, and ended off on the same kind of wording used for romantic social links. Anyway, Yosuke's rank 10 is interesting for a number of reasons. It actually brings to mind something very confusing about the canon of this game. So, all of the party members' persona upgrades in P4 are optional. Unlike in Persona 3, where the evolutions happened as the result of story progress. This means that in Persona 4 Arena, because you wouldn't necessarily have done all of them during P4, all of the investigation teams still use their initial personas instead of their ultimate ones. So you might think, oh hey, none of the ranked social links none of the rank 10 social links are canon, right? Well, you and Yosuke, in their win quotes against each other, reference punching each other by the riverbank.
Team
The last
finish!
time we went at each other was at the river. That brings back memories.
Which is an event that only happens during their rank 10, so clearly you and Yosuke's rank 10 is canon. I think it's even canon earlier than when I've done it, because I felt for sure they actually mentioned it during Persona Q, which is set earlier during the Culture Festival. So that's canon. And yet, Yosuke doesn't have his evolved persona. It's really confusing.